Welcome back to the Thorny Gamer channel. My name is Bergfinn, and we're back in Stellaris. Oh yes, we're back. We're gonna do things a little differently this time. This is episode 0 again, where I'm just gonna be explaining things, how we're gonna be rolling in the next campaign. There's a couple things I'm gonna do differently. There's a couple mods installed, and I kinda want to have a game where I'm not super powerful, like overpoweredly powerful. Well, I guess in some respects I will be, depending on your opinion of things. But the way I play will have great impact on whether or not that is actually useful or not. So a little lore behind my species I created first. So, enter the early 22nd century. A man wakes up from a cryo sleep pod frozen for 144 years. He is later remembered as Bergfinn the Lightbringer. He awoke in a world which has advanced more than he could have ever dreamed, but lacked any kind of ambition or purpose. Having educated himself in history in his past life, he saw opportunity and created a religion. Later he reshaped the world in one giant religious order and set his sights on the rest of the universe. Enter the Order of Man. Now what will the Order of Man entail? There's a theme to this entire playthrough, which is gonna be my guiding thing. It's our species thinks they're the hope of the universe. Like, they haven't made contact with people yet, or, they're still on the brink of exploration, because, they're still going out there, but deep down, their leader, the Lightbringer, knows that they're not alone. And he knows that in order to balance out everything that's going to be happening, he needs to unify the world. He has read enough stories and science fiction novels in his past life to know that he is not gonna be alone, and his route is not gonna be easy. So let's go through the species pretty quickly. There are some things that are gonna be changing. I changed the species name to humans, from humans to Homo sapien, because why not? Our ships will be called the Chapel of D. So you're gonna have the Adventure, the Paragon, etc, etc. We're gonna be playing as a religious order, which is pretty interesting. I'm not gonna be looking at the traits, because I'll be explaining those later. They're gonna be changing a little bit. I picked most of what I needed to get into the game without having to add and remove a lot. I'm gonna be removing things like extremely decadent and repugnant, but I'm going to be keeping things like lethargic learners and extremely sedentary. I'm probably also going to be adding something along the lines of slow breeders and weak or even very weak, because, well, it's gonna be a semi 40k-ish kind of way of thinking. Like, alright, we're the prime species of the universe, where our god is all that matters, and everyone who follows the path of heresy will be smited down and exterminated. That's kind of what we're going for. So I'm gonna be changing the traits a little bit after we get in game using console commands, which actually leads me into the next part, is that these things will be heavily modded. I'm not even kidding, there's a lot of mods in this. Something I'm also going to be adding is the Immortal trait, or Ethereal trait. I'm not quite sure which one yet, simply because I don't really like switching leaders around too much. And looking at human development right now, having our life expectancy is going up quite rapidly in real life. Like, you can argue that every year we're alive, the expectancy goes up by a month, maybe even 2, with like discoveries and the way we're progressing in science and that sort of thing. So I'm going to be adding either ethereal or immortal, simply for the reason that I don't want to be switching leaders around every other episode, because when you're playing on high speeds and your leaders get to a certain age, you're sort of like, alright, they're dead now, and I'm like recruiting leaders all the freaking time. I don't really want to do that. I don't really want to spend a lot of time in that kind of mindset. So this is all going to change. In the next episode I am going to enlighten you on what changes I exactly made. So our name will be Thornwood Bergfinn Lightbringer Thornwood. It's actually kind of funny because in my tests, when I died, Lightbringer Thornwood is the entire last name. Which, okay, whatever. The ruler title will be Grand Master, and the heir title will be Knight Commander. Same for the female variant. I did think of the female variant this time. I did change it. It was a bit different before I did that. We're going to be starting with Mysterious Legacy, which is actually a mod. So I'll be doing a lot of oh, make a typo there. I'll be talking about the mods in just a second. I'll be going for the Reptilian City style, just because I don't really like the Mammalian one. Sorry. Like, this is more my kind of style. So, our government and our ethics. So we're hierarchical, so my English today is great. We're xenophobe, and we're fanatic spiritualists, and our empire will be a divine mandate. Oh yes, I do like that ethnic divergence. I think it's great. It's absolutely fantastic. We're the Order of Man. Our objective is, I don't know, man? Oh, I guess so. Whatever. We're going to be blue with the golden eagle directly in the center. I really like what it came out. And we're going to be doing projectile weapons, hyperspace, and we're going to be using mammalian ships instead of reptilian ones. I've been playing a lot of reptilian ships, and whether I like them, sure, they have my preference. I kind of want to do something different for this game, so I'm dropping back to the mammalian ships that I had in the very beginning. Let's talk about mods. Oh yes, there's quite a few. So the 3 major mods that will carry this game is Fight for the Universe, Infinite Legacy by Warstalker and Giovanni, which adds a lot of the stuff you've been seeing in this screen already. So the traits and that sort of thing. We'll be playing with new ship classes and more version 2.0, which is Captain X3 and his team creation. It's going to be adding a lot of different ship types. They're actually filling a lot of holes and a lot of roles that you would actually were missing in the actual base game. Another great pillar of this modding pack thing will be Stellar Expansion, plus their terraforming and their embassies pack, adding an absolute crap ton of research and actually a lot of content, like terraforming ring worlds, for example, and even terraforming continental worlds into Gaia worlds if you really like to. It's done by King Lemming. Absolutely great mod. There's a couple minor mods and supporting mods of these things which I'm using. Resource Redux by Doug Flamingo basically gives all the systems and their stars, basically the stars, gives them some kind of resource attached to it. There's a certain resources for certain kind of stars, and it's pretty balanced, it's pretty good. Kind of tying into what I said earlier, but I don't want to be spending a lot of time doing rulers and that sort of thing. I also installed auto build and auto improve buildings, plus the fix for the 1080p overhaul mod, which I'm also using. It's done by HAD, and what it basically does is it takes away a lot of the tedious clicking from upgrading like a lot of like buildings and stuff, which it's pretty good. I don't want to be the way the interface works right now. It's not very nice. If I want to upgrade a energy building, or a mineral building, or a science building where I already made the choice what kind of science it's going to be, I just want to double click it. Just let me double click it. And I don't need this mod. Just let me double click it. I don't want to go to the thing, have to click the thing, confirm the thing, and then have to make it happen. No, I just want to double click it, and I wouldn't need the auto build mod. None needed. Also by HAD, I have installed Harder Invaders, which is part of the reason why I'm going to be changing my traits around just a little. And actually starting us off with a slightly advanced start, whereas the rest of the universe will not be an advanced start. There is Harder Invaders in this one. Oh yeah, I'm so excited. So, you know how quickly we got our ass kicked the last time? I fully expect us to be kicked even harder this time if we're unlucky in the slightest bit in where they spawn. I've also installed the increased new fleet window 1080p by Good Guy, which helps with the actually also as an adaptation it adds on the UI overhaul mod from Dr. Maple, which is pretty good. I have installed planetary rally points by Nocius, I think is the full name. The More Events mod by Melphis plus team. It's a massive team working on that. It's absolutely great. It's like a community thing that's going on. It's pretty good. There's a lot of events, and there's a lot of interesting chains that they added, which is pretty cool. I guess it's actually one of the pillars of this mod pack now. So I misplaced that, I think. There's a Remove Stranded Foreign Stations mod by Mysterious, which is really great. It just lets you remove all these damned stations, military stations that are left after they come in. It's less prominent in this campaign because it's yet again going to be a hyperlane based campaign. I just like playing with the hyperlanes. I don't feel comfortable enough with the AI yet to do, any just free-form donations, which it's gonna be fun. It's probably gonna be my next campaign. It's gonna be just pick whatever you want, AI. Go ahead. I'll go warp stations. Sort of. Color-coded pop status icons by Parasite X. That's a real blessing. You can just remember the colors and just straight up see, alright, this, and this, and this. You don't have to, they're not all the same color anymore. 48 Empire Colors mod, which is actually where my own color comes from, by, I think, that is Genasos. There we go. Well, there's obviously the UI overall mod, which I already mentioned, by Dr. Maple. I have installed the Remove Aura graphics by Chonderite, which is really nice. Just cleans up the map a little bit. And flags, emblems, and backgrounds. Swiftpfiff? I have no clue how to pronounce that. But that's also a pretty nice one, which is actually where the eagle comes from as well. I have a mod installed, but it's not updated to the last one yet, so I didn't include it, but I wanted to so bad. It's Forgotten Vault by Dreki. I did some testing last week before the last patch, and it's a very interesting mod. It adds an event, and it's a very hard event. I haven't actually, it's on a moon somewhere, but I haven't spotted it yet. It adds something that you're gonna be able to run into, that you're gonna find at some point. And it adds some interesting advanced technologies that I haven't been able to run into just yet. Let's talk about the naming scheme for this game. So there's a couple naming things that I want to be doing, because of the whole religious order thing. It's kind of interesting. So there's Gaia worlds, there's ring worlds, and there's continental worlds, which I'll be colonizing. I won't be colonizing anything else than those 3. So for the Gaia worlds, all the Gaia worlds will be named Beacon of, and then, you know, something interesting. All the ring worlds will be called Ring of, and continental worlds will be called Shard of. And the rest you'll see, the naming scheme for the rest you'll see. So it's gonna be extremely interesting, I think. So let's go done. I'm gonna be playing on a 1000-star system. I have tested the Giant in the Extreme, although late game it lags quite a bit. No advanced AI starts, because I know if I pick 1 or 2 that I would like in the galaxy, they're all gonna be straight around me, because of the clustering the starts do. We're gonna be doing 28, and to keep it fair, I'm gonna do AI aggressiveness high, and difficulty on hard. Because I am going to be starting as an advanced species of sorts. I'm going to have several technologies. I'm going to have pretty powerful traits. So I don't really want to run over steamroll anything quickly. Like I said, hyperdrive is going to be a thing. We're going to be doing elliptical rather than spiral this time. Basically because, well, the last time the spiral thing can really mess you up. You've nowhere really to go to. I have to admit, hyperdrive sorta still adds spirals, but not quite as much. Like in the late game when you actually unlock different like engine types, it's actually quite okay and quite well to play in. But just in that early game to mid-game kind of thing, you have a bit more safety to lock off lanes and be able to defend yourself more effectively. So yeah, that's gonna be it. I'm looking forward to actually starting this campaign. I'll be doing several episodes today, like I think 4 in this recording session, so just to get the tail off, so we can get into the actual campaign itself afterwards, which is gonna be good. I'm really looking forward to those harder invaders. Oh my god. I've played several campaigns solo, where in the end game I was so powerful the invasions happened and it wasn't really fun. So I installed the harder invaders mod, and I haven't actually been able to test just how hard they are, but from the like things I've seen in the descriptions, it's gonna be quite mental. Anyway, this is gonna be it. I would kindly request that if you want to about this new series, the first like 2 or 3 episodes of a new series always helps a lot of trying to attract more viewers to the channel, so that's always good. So I thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you in the Order of Man. Bye bye.